Hey Cowboys Nation, let's go for another round of news from America's team. Watch until the end so you don't miss any news and sign up to stay tuned for everything that comes out about the Cowboys.
Jerry Jones' draft isn't over, but we're keenly interested in Ezekiel Elliott reunion. The Cowboys had running back Jonathan Brooks high on their draft board heading into Friday night, but they weren't able to secure the former Texas Longhorns services. Brooks went to the Panthers, and Friday night ended without a running back joining the Cowboys. That keeps the prospect of a reunion with an old friend front and center heading into the final day of the draft. The Cowboys and Ezekiel Elliott appear to be on the way to getting back together. Cowboys owner Jerry Jones didn't confirm anything Friday, and he didn't rule out adding a back in the final rounds, but it certainly sounds like a homecoming is in the cards. First of all, the draft's not over, and that's a thought, Jones said, via Todd Archer of ESPN.com. And it was a long time before a running back was taken in today's draft. But we also are keenly interested in seeing what the future might look like with Zeke. Jones said Elliott is still good enough to be a starter in the NFL, and it's looking more and more like he'll be the Cowboys starter come September. Cowboys news. Dallas adds to Marshawn Kneeland, C.G. Cooper Beebe on day 2 of the NFL Draft. Marshawn Kneeland to Cowboys a second-round pick. Patrick Walker, DallasCowboys.com. Dallas addresses sneaky edge rusher need with Kneeland. Kneeland is a flat-out athlete. With a run on positions that all but wiped out some top names the Cowboys had their eyes on, they opted to go to a less heralded need on the roster by grabbing a defensive end. Kneeland entering the mix as someone who can counter the loss of Durance Armstrong and Dante Fowler to the Washington Commanders in free agency, more so the former, considering the impact he'll be looked to have on special teams as well. His play was stout enough to earn honors as a second-team All-MAC talent last season at Western Michigan, finishing that campaign with a career high in tackles, 57, sacks 4.5, tackles for loss 7.5, 2 forced fumbles and quarterback hurries 8. The 6'3", 267 lb pass rusher has a frame that's ready-made for the NFL and with a high motor to go along with it. He can bull rush, speed rush, and effectively set the edge and run defense. All attributes the Cowboys can certainly benefit from. Cowboys draft Kansas State IOL Cooper Beebe at number 73, KD Drummond. Cowboys wire Cowboys continue adding to the offensive line by stealing Beebe in the 3rd round. The Dallas Cowboys continued their assault on their depleted offensive line on day 2 of the NFL Draft. After taking Oklahoma's Tyler Guyton in the 1st round following a trade down, the club used the extra pick acquired in the trade back to go back to the well. Dallas sent the number 24 pick to Detroit for number 29 and number 73, and with the 73rd pick in the first half of the 3rd round, they selected Kansas State guard Cooper Beebe. The Cowboys have now created a ton of competition along the offensive line after losing Tyron Smith and Tyler Biadasz to free agency. As of now, the Cowboys' best 2 linemen are guards Tyler Smith and Zach Martin. Beebe could play left guard while Smith kicks out to left tackle, or he could be the starting center depending on how well Brock Hoffman and TJ Bass compete. NFL Draft Results 2024. Dallas Cowboys select LB Marist Liufau with the 87th pick. Dave Halprin, blogging the boys, the Cowboys get their next foundational piece at linebacker with Liufau. With the 87th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys selected Notre Dame linebacker Marist Liufau. The Cowboys entered the draft with a need at linebacker in Mike Zimmer's new defense. The Cowboys now have knocked off some of their bigger needs in the draft. Angular linebacker with endless energy but a level of impatience that can occasionally pull him out of positioning. Liufau plays with good short area burst and a willingness to step downhill and leverage his gaps. At times, he will move unnecessarily and get trapped behind a second-level blocker or lose track of where the play is headed. Liufau offers 3rd down value as a spot dropper with good field awareness and might have enough man-cover talent to line up over big slot targets from time to time. He appears to lack the instincts to be a consistent tackle maker as a pro, but does have the qualities to potentially compete as a nickel linebacker with special teams value as a day 3 pick. Draft Network Marist Liufau is an experienced linebacker that aligned primarily as the Mike in the Notre Dame defense. Quick first step downhill in the run, but is often incorrect in his run fit, will also delay engagement with opposing linemen when the alley is vacant. Play strength lacks when asked to disengage in one-on-one opportunities. In space, Liufau is active and consistently around the football. As a blitzer, Lufau lacks a pass rush repertoire but showcases an innate ability to ID vacant rush lanes from the second level. Pursuit angles can be inconsistent where a lack of foot speed can quickly see him chasing a play. In coverage, Lufau is comfortable in space but is someone whose projection looks muddied as a true three-down stalwart at LB. Instincts hurt Lufau at times versus RPO where he will lose depth to countercrossers behind his head. Open field tackling needs improvement at this time in his evaluation. Ohio State. Excellent inside the contact window versus RBs and TEs where his quick hands will often jolt opposing players. Showcases good body placement to reroute opposing pass catchers on short yardage situations. As well, allowed just 62 yards on 10 catches, 11 targets in 2023.